In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either.
Oh no, a bear. Help.
If you were to ask me anytime before the Game Awards 2021 what game I wish would get sequels, I'd tell you such games like Sunset Overdrive, BioShock, Splinter Cell, and the biggest one, Alan Wake, deserve sequels. For many years, Alan Wake was a special game for me, being the game that, out of the many I played on Xbox 360 growing up, stayed with me for its classic story of a husband saving his wife from evil and the twists of these monsters needing to be killed with the power of light, and maybe possibly he wrote these monsters into the world somehow. Ever since then, I've been a fan of Remedy since, thanks to the fantastic games that they have under their umbrella already, with games like Max Payne 1 and 2, Quantum Break, and Control included. They just kept hitting it out of the park for me. Come 2021, however, at the Game Awards, I remember knowing nothing about what was going to be shown there, as I'm very much a fan of not knowing and only knowing when the creators are ready to share. And to hear after so long, Alan Wake's voice, and then to see his face after so long, once again, was a moment where I actually teared up. I know, weird and maybe even to some loser behavior, but I don't care if you think of it that way. I was more giddy than when I was a kid being picked up on a Friday after school with this announcement. Come 2023, and finally in October this year, not only did the game release, I also finished it and 100%ed all achievements for the game. Let's talk about Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is the sequel, finally, to Alan Wake, a game released back in 2010 by Remedy Entertainment, the creators of, as I already mentioned, Max Payne 1 and 2, Quantum Break, and Control. This wasn't the first time Remedy worked on a sequel to Alan Wake though, as a few years after Alan Wake 1 we received the game Alan Wake American Nightmare, this sort of Xbox Live Arcade dive into more of Alan Wake. It was kind of like there were leftover assets for Alan Wake 1, and Remedy and Microsoft were kind of just like, you know what, if you're gonna make a sequel, just make an Xbox Live Arcade game. We need more games on that thing. After that though, come in 2020, we got the Awe experience, a continuation of Alan's story for a story DLC via Control. After so many teasers and conversations from Remedy about a sequel for Alan Wake, it finally is here, and I couldn't believe it was in my hands. Well, digitally through my mouse and keyboard, as this game is digital only, which is crazy, and I hope they sort that out for a release in the future. Be nice to have a collector's edition of Alan Wake 2. Yes, I'm one of those collector's edition guys. Don't judge me. I love to have physical media. And physical things, like 13 inches of Venom. 19 inches of Venom. Yeah, no, I remember. It was a tight fit. The game follows 13 years after Alan's fight with the darkness. Murders start happening in Blight Falls involving cultists and bold men that look like Colin Robertson from What We Do in the Shadows.
When they call you a dumbass, you know you've got them. They called me a dumbass.
Saga Anderson and her partner Alex Casey are on the case, with the two of them stepping further and further into this dark rabbit hole that somehow involved a writer that went missing 13 years ago, that of course being Alan Wake. The story from here just gets better and better, and I'll do my best to avoid spoilers through this review. Don't worry about me saying something like, it's crazy that people love drinking tea so much in this town. Wait, shit. Throughout the story, you're on two different paths, connected to each other throughout still, with at times playing either Saga or Alan, with Saga focused on the cult and other things involved in Bright Falls, and Alan focused on escaping the dark place still, after so many years in a more messed up version of New York. You get these fantastic performances from the three leads and other actors in the games. I say three leads as Alan Wake is played by two actors in this game, Matthew Peretta and Ilka Vili. I hope I'm saying his name right.
This is exactly how I feel.
And Saga Anderson is played by Melanie Liberd. These actors not only have to work in such environments as in-game gameplay, but also throughout cutscenes that are either in-game or live action. And Remedy has always done this, with Quantum Break and Control being their biggest shows of these live action intervals. But they really hit the nail on the head with this game, having some great acting in the live action moments especially. There's also some fantastic moments that you either already know about or have no clue going in, and I can say they're fan-bloody-tastic once you play the game yourselves, and I'm excited to see them again with my second playthrough currently. Other than that though, this story is excellent, with so many fantastic parts, and one of the few games I've played recently where I've just sat and listened and read any and all notes I found in the game. It's been a good while since I've just decided to sit down and read a few paragraphs. Like just picking up a note and being like, 3 paragraphs? Yeah, I can do that. Speaking of those two locations of Bright Falls and New York, the other thing that Alan Wake 2 does is fully explorable levels with a real feel of the recent Resident Evil 2 remake, exploring the police station of Raccoon City and slowly through the game unlocking more of it to acquire things like weapons, upgrades, or critical items for the story. This left me going well over the usual time people took to finish this game to 100% and see every nook and cranny of work done by the people at Remedy. Amazingly detailed locations that I loved every detail of. My playthrough of this game was on my PC, and if there's any way to go about playing this game, it's on the best graphics you can, because this game is fucking beautiful, with plenty of times me stopping to just take screenshots of the game. You do, however, have to get the game through the Epic Game Store if you decide to get it on PC, and I'm sure it isn't an issue for many people, but it's rather annoying as shit trying to enjoy this fantastic game and the loud ass achievement notifications from the Epic Game Store pop up. It's kind of like enjoying a beautiful sunset view with a fresh cup of coffee, and all of a sudden a guy starts pissing all over you. Like, get fucked.
It got so quiet in here.
Gameplay follows another great part of the game, and though I've heard some people say it's an issue for them, I didn't feel that for me. Puzzles were great to solve, though quite simple. Saga's Mind Palace is some great design, instead of just having her say, "Oh no, what's happening?" like your Adam West Batman.
What has yellow skin and rights?
A ballpoint banana.
Right.
You connect the dots with her throughout the story on what's going on, whether it's involved in the main or side story. It's great times, but I will say there were moments where I didn't get it and just kept placing the pick in places until it automatically was put in place. Don't judge me, it was a very long playthrough, and, you know, getting to the middle end there, I was like, oh, please. There were some times, not every time, but it's just like, please, just connect. Combat was another part that I can see why people might not be a fan of it. But I loved it. Saga and Alan are fighting these otherworldly entities, and though it's not realistic what's happening, the way they fight felt like how Ordinary would try to fight in these situations. My main playthrough of Alan Wake, I mainly played him running in fear away from the spooky scary monsters, especially the shadow creatures throughout the game. Folks, when it comes down to this game, there isn't much more I can tell you without spoiling the game on why you should play it. But from what I can tell you now, it's highly recommended by me that you pick up this game through the digital stores it's available on. Whether it's PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, I feel like this game will grab a lot of people, especially for those looking for a game to sink into for a good while like I did. Is this game for everyone? No. I don't think Call of Duty and NBA 2K players are going to like this game. For the people who enjoy a good story, excellent graphics, and games doing new things, then this is the one for you. Also, if anyone is wondering if they have to play Alan Wake 1 first, yes. In my opinion, though it may be an over 13-year-old game, I would highly recommend you play it, especially if you buy it from Epic Game Store, since they give you the first game for free with a purchase of 2 anyways, and also the inclusion of Alan Wake as a Fortnite character. Do with that what you will. Anyways, everyone, thank you all so much for watching this. It's a little different. I think most of my videos lately have been quite different, but I'm pretty happy with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I know it's quite late since the game released a while ago and the Game Awards happened and it did great over there, but I don't know. I was just kind of like, I really still wanted to talk about the game even if it has been a few months. I just fucking loved this game, and though the review's late, I had to get my word out about it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and even subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's appreciated.